Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and I'm Gerard Beya and we are now learning about figures of speech. This is part of my project Learning Languages, and so today we'll talk about a new figure of speech. Of course, it's a Synecdoche. Synecdoche, it's not Synecdoche but Synecdoche, and we'll see in a minute what it's all about. But let's have a review of what we've learned so far. And I don't want to explain and give it, examples like I did in my previous videos because it's going to make the video too long. So this time I'll try to explain the figures of speech with a few words and it should suffice. So metaphor, comparing two things, taking into account more than one characteristic or property. Example, the snow is a white blanket. And metonymy, it's replacing one word by another, and the word used to replace the former word is associated to it, and that can be I'm loyal to the crown, meaning I'm loyal to the queen, because the crown is associated to the queen. Now we have onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is just a sound, for example, the tick of a watch, and the watch really makes this sound tick, tick, tick. And oxymoron, this is when you have two words contradicting each other in a sentence. For example, uh, uh, the comedian was seriously funny. So to be serious and funny at the same time, it's contradicting. It's contradicting. So that's an oxymoron. And a paradox is when the sentence seems to contradict itself. An easy example is never say never, but actually you're already saying never. And personification, it's when you give human attributes to something. For example, if you say that uh, my car is staring at me right now. So you want to say that your car is facing towards you, and maybe you compare the headlights being like eyes of the car, and so but the car is a non-living thing. So you are giving human attributes to your car. And what's a pun? So that was something that we've seen. It's also it's when you are playing with words so that you give double meanings to your sentence. So it's a very powerful way of giving messages, transmitting messages. And if I say, for example, uh, uh, well, an egg for breakfast is not easy to beat. So if you say it's not easy to beat, you might interpret it uh, as being the most popular breakfast, and that uh, so everybody basically have an egg. Everybody has an egg, sorry, in the morning as a breakfast, and at the same time, it's not easy to beat. You want to say that it's not easy to eat. Maybe you would like to have something else, and because you might be tired eating the same thing every day. So that's a pun. It gives you a lot of thoughts. It makes you thoughtful about things, and just to analyze things. And simile is when you're just comparing two things, and that can be, for example, by using with the help, sorry, of like or as. She is just like her mother. She's beautiful. She's as beautiful as her mother, and this is an example of a simile. Okay, so let's get to our figure of speech of the day. Synecdoche. Also very difficult to say. Synecdoche. and to remember, but we'll try to keep revising, and revision is good for memorization. Synecdoche is a statement in which only part of something is expressed to relate to the whole thing. So this is something that we do very often and unconsciously. Sorry. So that's because we have taken things for granted, and we can make these associations without very easily without any further hints. Let's look at here, for example, and I hope you will give me a hand. For example, when I say, I hope you will give me a hand, this is already a Synecdoche, because when I'm talking about giving a hand, actually I'm asking you to help me, and usually it's a manual help. So help me to lift this, so give me a hand, and so on. So it's a little bit imagery. It's imagery as well, an image. It's imagery. Sorry, not imagery, but imagery. I say it with a French accent, I guess. But let's look at the examples here. He has just got some new wheels. So he has just got some new wheels. What does that mean? So actually, there was no S. Now I understand why there was no S. He has just got some new wheel. So it means that he has just got a car, a brand new car, or not a brand new car, but he just got a car. Um, so maybe he got rid of his old car and he has another car. And so it means that, but normally because of the adjective new, we might understand that the car is also brand new. But the emphasis here is that it is synecdoche, because we are not talking about the car, but we are only talking about some new wheel. It means that we already know that the cars have wheels, and this is an association that we readily make in our head when we hear this. He has just got some new wheel. He has just got a new car. Okay, that's a synecdoche. I think you understand now what it is. It's when you don't have to express the whole thing, or you use part of one thing, and we can associate it to a whole thing. And here is another example. England lost by 6 crickets, and this is probably for those who are fan of cricket. Wicket. Oh my God, I made a mistake. Wickets. I should have written wickets here. So England lost by 6 wickets. Yes. So I don't know much about cricket, but I mean the sport, but wickets or counts of something, maybe like rounds and things like that. And so, or games, usually when you're watching tennis, you have in a set 6 games and so on. So wickets or maybe sets. So England lost by 6 wickets, and we already know what happened. Is it the country, or is it what are we talking about? Who really lost by 6 wickets? It's the cricket team, but we don't have to say the cricket English team lost by 6 wickets. We can just say England, the country, lost, but we have this association readily or already made in our head, and that's a synecdoche. Synecdoche. So synecdoche, I think it's like an association actually. Synthesis, when you make not synthesis, but synergy. Synecdoche. Synergy is when you synergize, you join your energy. Yes, so you join your effort and so on. So, well, I'm trying to see the root of this and the prefix used here to decipher more this this word, and this is a way to understand new words, new vocabulary. All right, and I hope you're enjoying this video. And let's look at another example of Synecdoche, and that will be all hands on deck. All hands on deck. So we're talking about hands, and um, who are these hands, and where do I see the deck? There is no deck here, and usually it's when the captain on a ship says all hands on deck. It means I need everybody on the deck and to help with the chores and so on. And if I use this expression now, it means that I need all of you to help and to get busy, to get cracking, like we say. To get cracking is an expression as well, so it's a figure of speech. To get cracking, like to get busy and start doing things. So I don't know exactly where this come from, but I know that a whip cracks, the cracks of the whip. So cracking the whips, maybe it's like when we talk about slavery and whipping the slaves. I'm not sure. Well, it's just my imagination. Just my imagination. Just my imagination. It was. Which brings us to the end of this video. And so if you like this video, give it a thumb up, give it a like, please. That's the way you support me. Of course, if you want to stay in touch, subscribe to my channel and share it. Sharing is caring, and that's a rhyme. So thank you so much. Till next time. Take care. Bye.